Hello and welcome to the Relationship Revolution. I'm Miguel and I'm here to help you transform those repetitive dating cycles into meaningful, lasting relationships. In this episode, I'm going to help you with the first big step to building intimacy and connectedness in your relationship. So whether you have been in a relationship for a long time and you need to find a way to rekindle that little fire that you've got going, or whether you're new in a relationship and you want to build a relationship to last, then this is for you. There's one secret, and I'm only going to share this one today. And that is a very simple quote that I want to share. It starts like this: Sex at 11 begins with the dishes at 7. Now, don't scroll away, because at face value, you might say, well, oh, that just means do more for my partner and I will get more in bed. And that's not true. This is so much deeper than that, because let's change it into something more meaningful, okay? The truth is that when you wake up every morning next to your partner, you begin this beautiful dance together, right? And how you make it through the day depends on how you go to bed that night. And I'm not just talking about every night needs to be intimacy. I'm talking about connectedness, right? And the beautiful thing is that if you apply this sex at 11 begins with the dishes at 7, the dishes means effort, right? Effort is sexy. And I'm not talking about just hard labor effort. I'm talking about taking a moment to sit down with your partner and ask them not what you think they like to experience and what they appreciate in life on a day-to-day basis, but what they actually truly appreciate, right? It might be as simple as that cup of tea in the morning, or that letter that you leave at the door, or, at their table. It might be something more intricate, like spending quality time together. And I promise you that if you go through this little exercise of together working through these things that you appreciate about one another, not the things you don't like, but the things you appreciate, you might find that some of the things that you were focusing on giving, were not as, highly valued by your partner. Because again, we all have different love languages. And having those different love languages means that sometimes it's easier to give what I like giving than what you like getting. Okay. And then we say, but I am giving everything I can. The truth is that when we are giving into something where it isn't that much valued, we end up getting a lower result. It's like investing in different stocks. Some of them are going to give a higher return. This is the same. So this saying, sex at 11 begins with the dishes at 7, can turn into a whole relationship philosophy, right? That whole beautiful dance that you do, not only from day one all the way through, but as you grow together, you get to know one another and you get to understand one another. And one thing is that understanding and knowing someone is so vital to connectedness. It is so crucial to intimacy. Okay. I once was sitting with an elderly couple who were talking to me and telling me about how they managed to stay married for 55 years. And well, the older guy said, Miguel, to be honest, the sex was great. And she said, well, that's because you made every single day of my life great as well. And they laughed and they chuckled, and he looked at me and he said these words: sex at 11 begins with the dishes at 7. And this is not just about men or women and your role as a man or your role as a woman. This is about a connected role, about going on a journey. If we take the steps to dance together at the right time, we make this perfect movement that really flows together. And my advice to you today, and my challenge to you today, is really for you to take those first steps. You might step on one another's toes at first, every now and then, but that's part of learning and that's part of growing. And if you can laugh at the one or two times that someone steps on your toes, the journey becomes all the more beautiful, because again, the effort is sexy. It's not always the perfection of the result that is. So I'd like to challenge you to drop in the comments, what is your advice to a more meaningful, connected, and intimate relationship? And then from there, hit the subscribe and also the bell button. I hope this helped, and thank you for watching The Relationship Revolution. I'll see you on the next video.